Hey guys, this is the guide for Mimiron in Ulduar.
There are a lot of mechanics at play here, so the video is slightly longer. Please enjoy, and good luck.
For Phase 1, you're going to be dealing with the Leviathan MK2. This vehicle is going to have a Plasma Blast. This is a 3-second cast, dealing 25k spellfire damage per second to your tank for 6 seconds. You're going to want to pop some cooldowns with this, set up a cooldown rotations so that your tank and your healers have a little bit of help here. He's going to do a Shock Blast, which is a 5-second cast. This is going to deal 100k nature damage to anybody within 15 yards of the boss. Everybody, including the tank, is going to have to run out. He's also going to spawn Proximity Mines. This is going to summon mines around the boss's current location that deal 20k fire damage when triggered. This is completely avoidable damage. Make sure that as you're running out of Shock Blast melee, you're not running over these bombs. As you're DPSing and you know that Shock Blast is coming out, try to look behind you and see a clear path to get out because you don't want to be taking this extra damage. There's also going to be a Napalm Shell coming out in this phase. This is a 2-second cast. It's going to throw a Napalm Shell dealing 10k fire damage to targets within 5 yards of the impact point and leaving a dot on anyone hit dealing 6k fire damage per second for 8 seconds. Again, this is completely avoidable damage that you shouldn't be taking. Phase 2 is the Anti-Personnel Assault Cannon. This vehicle is going to have a Heat Wave, which is going to instantly deal 10k fire damage plus 3k damage per second to the entire raid for 5 seconds. This phase in general just has so much damage going out. I highly recommend lusting here just to burn through it as soon as possible. There's a Rapid Burst dealing 3.5k damage to anyone in front of the vehicle. A Rocket Strike, which is a 4-second cast, dealing 5 million damage to 2 targeted locations. 100% avoidable. There's obviously no way for you to survive 5 million fire damage, so make sure you move. He's going to do Spinning Up, where he's going to spin for 4 seconds before Laser Barrage is cast. Laser Barrage is going to deal 20k arcane damage to anyone in front of the boss. He will rotate here, so make sure to move and not tunnel. This is very easily avoidable. Once you guys get into Phase 3, you're going to have the Aerial Command Unit. It's going to do a Plasma Ball thrown at the highest threat target, dealing 14.1 to 15.8k spellfire damage. We just have one of our high threat casters tank this. It's probably going to be a warlock, a chicken, or a hunter. Whoever you have that has a big health pool that can pump a bunch of threat. And just make sure your healers are focusing that person. There are going to be adds that spawn this phase that your tanks can deal with, or you can assign something different to handle it, which I'm going to go over. The assault bots are going to have 630k health. I highly recommend a DK to kite these. The first round of the PTR, I was tanking them with absolutely no issue. They definitely buffed them this last round, and they do need somebody to kite them. They're going to do a magnetic field, which is going to root the target and increase damage taken by 30% for 6 seconds. This is dispellable. They're going to drop a magnetic core on death. They did change this to free-for-all, so you shouldn't have to change your loot for this in the raid. Whoever picks it up is going to hold it and use the magnet underneath of the Aerial Command Unit to temporarily bring it to the ground and disable it. While it's disabled, the boss will take an additional 50% damage from all sources, so you want to pop your cooldowns here, anything you have to try to burn through the rest of this phase. I have seen some groups hold 2 of these and then use them back to back before they bring it down so that you can get a bigger burn off if you're planning to pop some big CDs here or potentially hold Lust if you're getting through Phase 2 fine, but I still personally would use Lust in Phase 2, especially at the beginning of progression. If you are using a DK to kite these, Chains of Ice and Icy Touch are what you want to use here. They'll keep them under control, slowed, and kited for the whole phase while you kill them without ever having to hit anybody. Bomb bots are going to spawn this phase. These only have 50k health, but they will explode for 23.5 to 26.5k fire damage in a 5-yard radius if they reach their target. Another option here, I know we're picking on the DKs, but your DKs can taunt and kite these out of the raid and use their AMS to soak some of this damage so that it doesn't have to hit anybody else. And there are also going to be junk bots that spawn. These are kind of the lower priority mobs. I would say melee, just get these if nothing else is up. Okay, once the Aerial Command Unit is down, we're going to enter Phase 4. This is going to have all 3 vehicles coming together for you to fight them at once, but they don't have all of their abilities anymore because you defeated them once and you broke them. All sections need to die within 10 seconds of each other, so make sure that you split your DPS properly. The Leviathan MK2 is still going to do Shock Blast, and it's still going to do Proximity Mine. The VX-001 Anti-Personnel Assault Cannon is still going to do Rocket Strike and Laser Barrage. It's also going to do a Hand Pulse here that's going to deal 7 to 8k fire damage to everybody in the raid. And the Aerial Command Unit will still do Plasma Ball. I'm not going over these mechanics again because I already did so earlier in the fight. You guys can go back and look at them. If you guys plan to do hard mode here, hard mode is started by pressing the red button on the back wall in the boss's room. This is going to engage Firefighter. All vehicles and bots in the encounter are going to gain 30% damage and health. Every 30 seconds, 3 patches of flame will spawn near random players. These patches will hit for 10k fire damage per second and slowly creep toward the nearest player, which allows you to kind of bait or kite these. It also has a 10-minute enrage timer and some new abilities. So for new abilities, the Leviathan MK2 will cast Flame Suppressant about halfway through Phase 1, which is going to extinguish all existing fires and slow the casting speed of the raid by 50% for 8 seconds. This casting speed decrease is removable with Ice Block and Divine Shield currently. Once that Flame Suppressant goes out, you guys really want to try and plan and organize where you're going to have the fire start dropping so that you can kind of guide it around the room and not get overwhelmed before the end of the fight. The Anti-Personnel Assault Cannon will drop a blue frost bomb on a random area of the room every 45 seconds in Phase 2 and Phase 4. This bomb's going to explode after 10 seconds, dealing 50k frost damage to nearby players and extinguishing all fires within 30 yards. So make sure you guys get out of that. You don't want to be anywhere near it as it's coming down, but you can use this to kind of clear up some of the fire in your way. There will also be a new mob in Phase 3. These are going to be emergency firebots. They're going to spawn from new blue beams. They have a deafening siren, which will silence all nearby players within 15 yards. They're going to run around the room seeking out fire patches and extinguishing them with a 15-yard radius water spray that does 20k frost damage to any players hit. This is also going to knock players back 200 yards. These ads spawn very rapidly and have very little HP, but they are very dangerous, so you should probably assign 1 or 2 ranged DPS just to exclusively focus these when they're out so that you don't have to worry about it as much. This is probably one of, if not the hardest hard modes in the instance, so if you try that first week, good luck to you. Let me know how you guys do. The hardest part of this hard mode is just controlling the fires. You really want it to stay near all of the existing fires so that you can keep them all in one area of the room and gradually kite them around so that you don't get overwhelmed later in the fight. I recommend using a hunter or an off tank or just a specific raider that you guys trust to do it to bait the fire for cleaner attempts right off the bat. Again though, this is a really difficult one. Sadly, I don't have footage of this one for you. This is just going to be normal mode footage, so hopefully the mechanics overview helps you guys out. When we do it, I can try to post a hard mode if you guys really want, but we're going to hop into the raid explanation and show you guys the kill.
Pump everything into me.
Yeah, just pump everything into me.
Alright.
It sounds so real. It sounds like she's actually saying it. It's so good.
It sounds horrible.
I'm gonna use this unironically all the time now.
Set it up in your DBM so that when the tank pulls,
Pump everything into me.
I mean, me and Totem just sit here and moan into the mic half the time at night. Get a couple of those thrown in there, and you got yourself a fucking banger.
Deers, can you fart?
I could.
Oh, no.
Alright, children.
Let her explain the fight so we can pump everything into her.
I'm gonna...
Somebody's drawing a penis.
Do you want to kill us or not? I'm gonna turn the boss around. I'm gonna tank him over by the button. We're not pressing the button. I'll back him up to try to avoid the mines. They said that it was easier without moving him for the melee. So, I mean, if melee are fine just avoiding the bombs, then I'm not really worried about it. He will move a little bit based on when I have to back up for the shock blast. But outside of that, it should be fine. I'm going to DP the first plasma blast if we can paints up the second one. And then I'll trinket third and just see if we need more. If we need anything else after that, we might have to sack it, but we'll see. That's phase 1. Everybody else just stay spread out to help with a napalm shell that's going to come out. It's just a random location, fire damage within 5 yards. Phase 2 is not tankable. We're just going to spread out 360 around the boss. That's where we're going to lust. You're going to avoid the laser barrage, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a gun going around the room that you avoid. Big purple bullets. Phase 3 is going to be tanked by a caster. Whichever caster gets it, we're going to heal them. There's a lootable item that we can either put the boss on free-for-all for, or we can just let casters kill it. It doesn't matter. Whoever gets it, you'll just go stand underneath of the head, use that item, and then it'll come down for melee to do some damage. It's called a magnetic core, and it drops off of the assault bots. So it's on free-for-all for that. Phase 4, we're just fighting all of it at once. When we do that, casters attack the head, melee attack the wiener, and then both can just do damage to the chest as needed. Just make sure that the chest is about even. If you see one get ahead, just swap to chest.
Alright, put that pussy in gear. Here we go.
Ready to roll.
Oh, I'm glad I fucking three-potted nothing.
So we're just mutilating his carcass.
Pretty much. Melee, just make sure you have a safe place out. You don't want to run over bombs when you run out. Plasma blast. I'm gonna DP this one. Big heals. Everybody run out. I'm gonna jump over a bomb. Sorry. I had to tab to my other screen real quick to fix something. Alright, next plasma blast. We are gonna DP this one. Or sorry, not DP. Paints up. Paints up me now. Shock blast. Get ready to run out, melee. Don't have anything for this one but trinkets. Big heals on the tank. Alright, nice job. These bombs will disappear. Don't run over them.
Is this gonna be phase 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll lust when it's targetable here. Melee, to avoid the barrage, you can just walk through the boss. You don't have to worry about trying to run around him. He's not tankable here.
I love that this is a can opener.
Sorry, Devs. I guess I could have had you go on holy for this one. There's just...
I mean, I'm just watching how the fight functions anyway. It's not like... My details doesn't even work, so that's like I can't even watch damage.
Yeah. We shouldn't lose a tank, but that first phase, there's potential to lose one, so I had them stay tank last run. Just had a lot of pug healers in there. Lots and lots of damage going out. Everybody should be spread. Don't have Totem in here to sling rope for us.
It's my specialty.
Alright, Barrage. Don't stand in front of him.
That invention sucks.
Yeah, it's the slowest fucking rotation.
Bro made a sprinkler.
Damn proud of it too.
Got a couple people low here. We really need to finish this. Healthstone if you need it.
Whoever's tanking the head, try to pull it off center though.
Yeah, we want to stack for this phase.
Just whoever gets it, back it out of right where it is a little bit.
Just be mindful, there are bomb bots that are gonna spawn. Those need to die before they get to the group because they will explode and kill people. We'll tank the assault bots. Scrap bots don't have a whole lot of health, but we'll try to pick them up. Looks like dying is tanking it. I don't know if these assault bots cleave or not. Kill that
Find out
bomb
right
bot
now.
before it gets to the group.
Nope.
Alright, head coming.
Another bomb bot.
Melee, get on.
That'll explode on death. Careful, melee. Another bomb bot.
Head coming down.
Another bomb bot. Alright, finish up ads. Gonna go into the last phase where we fight all three. He won't do all of the abilities. Melee on the wiener, ranged on the head. They all need to die at the same time.
There's a bomb on him.
Cue up the fucking Power Rangers music right here. Morphin time.
Dude, this is Voltron.
True.
Melee will still need to run out for the shock blast.
Didn't the green Power Ranger just die?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sag.
He was always the coolest.
I don't know, dude. The white one was pretty cool. Zane, or whatever.
Wasn't he both of them?
Yeah, he was both of them.
No, I don't think so. Zane was from In Space.
The original White Ranger was the Green Ranger. He had like a whole villain arc.
That's pretty true.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
talking from In Space.
Laser barrage.
Oh.
Middle
chest. Yeah, Chesty's one.
run melee.
Shock blast melee.
What the fuck? I feel like we were out there, Zach.
Damn it.
AMS did not work.
Need more damage on the chest. Stop all damage on head. More damage on the head. Stop all damage on head.
Is his head going nuts for anyone else?
Everybody
Yeah.
swap to
Yeah.
chest.
Yep. Like crazy.
I didn't even
Alright.
Chest had a million.
Casters
Jesus,
on
like
chest. Everybody out melee. Casters on chest. Melee can stay on the bottom. Alright, we gotta go. I think the head's dead.
No, it's not yet. 200k.
Okay. Sorry, on my
Finish the
screen it
head.
just wasn't showing. Do chest.
Do we have any reses?
Chest
The
and
base
bottom.
is at 500, yeah. Alright, the two top and mid are finishing this up. 100k on top, finish.
Go ahead, head.
Yeah, I got hit head.
We got it.
Nice.
Easy
A
peasy.
little bit spicy.
Run over all the bombs right now.
Wow. Was that a Mimiron one shot?
Yeah.
It's pretty hot. Easy clap. What's in the block?
Okay guys, that was Mimiron. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit with your first week. If you guys have any questions or if you like the video, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and good luck!